What's up? 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 What is up? How are y'all doing today? Hey, we have got to talk about episode 5 of the Mandalorian season 3. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. I really appreciate y'all. By the way, just so you guys know, if this is your first time watching, we are going to go through the entire episode. We're going to recount what happened, and at the end, I'm gonna ask you guys for your review. I'm gonna give my review. We're gonna score it and take care of that. In case you didn't know, there are going to be spoilers. We are going to spoil the mess out of this. So if you have not watched and if you don't want to be spoiled, now's the time for you to go on somewhere else and come on back after you watch the video or after you watch the episode, and then you can come in, chat, and leave your comments and thoughts and theories and all that. Otherwise, if you don't care about spoilers or if you have watched, then you in the right place, because this is how we about to get down. So first and foremost, let us go through and see who is here with us tonight, say some quick what's ups, and then we will go into the episode. Come on through, starting it off just right. Rim17, thank you so much. Appreciate you representing the Mod Squad as well. Y'all make sure if you like what you see, not only should you like this video, but also please subscribe if you have not already. I don't know about y'all, but I do it too. I be watching a whole bunch of people's videos and stuff. And I'm like, what? I didn't even know I was subscribed. I wasn't even subscribed. So please go ahead and subscribe. It honestly goes a long way for the channel. To have you guys subscribe and have it show up on your feed, I'm telling you, it's like the number one way to help out any creator out there. So I'd appreciate it. Again, if you like what you see. But thank you so much. Didier, my man, what's going on, sir? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, man. Rico is here as well. What is going on? Thank you for joining. Metal X, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here as well. Tasha, how are you? Thank you. I appreciate you coming through. The homie Rhonda's back. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Let's see. We got back-to-back vets with my man Ernest as well. What is going on? Good to see you. Let's see. Last of my kin is here. What is up? How are you? Ms. Harper. Always a pleasure. Let's see. Oh, wait, no. You're driving home from work. Okay. Hey, take your time. You know what I'm saying? If you got to watch on the replay, that's all right as well. Shout out to the replay gang. So for all of y'all that get to watch after the fact, appreciate y'all as well. But take your time, ma'am. Take your time. Kid Mello, what is up? How are you? Thank you for being here as well. I appreciate you. Batman, what's up? How are you? Keep brooding out there. The homie Zia Latrice. Hello, man. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Let's see. So they would consider moving after unexpected people visit, but not after being. Listen. Listen. We right here. I was gonna say, Zia, I was saying the same thing. So y'all gonna get ate up by a crocodile. Y'all gonna get snatched. Y'all kids gonna get snatched up multiple times by the dragon back flying alien thing. But y'all don't want to move. But the second somebody show up and know your location, now you like, oh, y'all, we got to pack up and go now. It's a wrap, y'all. Really? I would never want to be a Mandalorian. I would never want to be a Mandalorian because it's too confusing. It's too confusing. My kid got ate up by some dragon thing and we can't leave? What? Every time I try to go to the bathroom out there by the sea and I try to take a shower or I take a bath and I almost get ate by a crocodile giant. What? We can't move? Zia, we right here because I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, I don't get it. I know y'all got y'all little pew pews on your little rocket blasters and y'all still get. Okay. Star Wars. Who else we got? Trees, what's up? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. EV, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Let's see. Geekbox, what's up? How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Corey, my man, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, it is starting to heat up, ain't it? It is. So me, what's going on? How are you? Nerdy, hello. Nerdy nurse, I'm sorry. What's up? How are you? Let's see. Sam. Oh, Stamina, come through all the way from London. Always a pleasure, man. Thank you so much. for being here. Theo, how are you? Good to see you on my square. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. My man Lou, what's up? How are you? My man Mike, what's up, dog? Thank you for being here as well. Let's see. Dana, what's going on? How are you doing? Shauna, hello. Good to see you too. Stefan, I believe. Hello. Good to see you. Cal Payne, oh, good. Thank you so much for being here. My man, Angel Gonzalez, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Kevin, what's going on? The Mandalorian and Andor will get Emmy nominations and some wins. That's possible. I don't know if it's going to happen in this season, though. I mean, Andor, I could see just because of the type of people that are fawning over it. I don't know if I've seen anything Emmy award winning in this season of Mandalorian yet. It might, but I don't think I've seen anything that's like Emmy award winning yet. But we'll see. I could be wrong. Monique, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Kiki West, come through. How you not gonna watch the episode? Kiki? Why we do this? Why do we do this? You ain't watched the episode yet. That you just go. Okay, all right. You here though? You here? I can't be mad at that. Thank you for being here though. I appreciate you, my man CJ Hemp. What's going on? Good to see you as well. Tiffany, hello. Thank you so much. What'd you say? Okay, they're used to dealing with creatures that eat their oh my. But they don't want no shady folks in their business. This is the way. Right. I don't understand that way. But hey, it is what it is. Toby, what's up? The cave look like Crocordle's house. I have no idea who or what that is. That might be above my nerd level. I don't know, but I'll take your word for it. DJ Payne, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. Xavier, man, thank you so much for being here as well. I appreciate you. Let's see. Andrew, what's up? How are you? Al, how you doing? My man D Steele is here. What is up? Ordinary Christian, how you doing? Thank you so much. Let's see. Skarsgård's monologue. You talking about from season 1? Because if it's from season 1, I could see that. But did he have another one after that? I don't know. But if you're talking about season 1, I'm with you on that. Good, Stefan. Okay, good. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm glad you brought up the Urkel thing. I'm that old too. I also understand. I'm glad I can get it right. Thank you so much. Come through. That's what I'm talking about, Theo. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but I'm glad you brought it up right now. Theo says, thanks for the recommendation of Star Wars Rebels. Started watching it on the last season now. Hold on tight, okay? Because that last season of Rebels, it's going to be something. So I've been trying to tell y'all, and I'm going to tell it again because I know there's going to be somebody new. You need to go watch the animated series of Star Wars Clone Wars. And by the way, make sure you Google correct viewing order for Clone Wars because unfortunately Disney Plus has put it out of order. And right after that, I need you to go watch Star Wars Rebels. If you're here in this chat right now, you watching this video because you like The Mandalorian, you need to go watch Star Wars Rebels to fully appreciate what is happening. Star Wars Rebels gives you a whole backstory of what's going on with the Mandalorians, where Bo-Katan came from, what's been going on. You're going to get all of that good stuff. And you're going to also get, I think, a nice little bit of insight as to where they're going. Okay. And on top of that, you also going to get some really good stories on the side too. Now, I'm going to warn some of y'all. If you were like me, that first season of Rebels is rough. I ain't going to lie. It's rough. I wasn't feeling Ezra. I was like, what kind of kiddie stuff is this? I gave it up. I gave it a break. I didn't want to do it. But then I got past that first season, cruising right after that. Hyper big, just light speed right into another galaxy. And man, when I tell you they add on to the mythos of Star Wars, Let me tell you something. Dave Filoni don't miss. Okay? And this is a Dave Filoni product. I don't trust a whole lot of anything with the rest of Star Wars, but if Dave Filoni is on board, it's an automatic sell. This guy knows Star Wars better than the back of his hand. He might be the second coming of George Lucas. I don't know. He might know Star Wars better than George Lucas. I don't know. But this man was in charge of Clone Wars, and he was in charge of Rebels, and it's easily been the best aspect of Star Wars, period. Shuts out all the movies. I'm done bragging about it. Y'all go do that and check that out. Rhonda, you're absolutely right. I've only watched the first season of Bad Batch. I have not watched the second one. And I'm pretty sure, because that is also Dave Filoni's baby, if I go watch Bad Batch season 2, I'm probably going to come back on here and start bragging. So you're not wrong. You are not wrong. I do have to catch up. And I'm glad you reminded me, because I do need something to go watch. But anyway, let's see. My man, Derek, what you got? Hi, man. I didn't get the notification. Did you see the guy from Star Wars Rebels? He was in the bar talking. Oh, yeah. We going to get to that. I got you. We definitely going to get to that. But again, people have to go watch Rebels to know who he is and to understand the cameo. And I think I just answered your question. I have not watched, not the second season. I watched the first season and I did like it of Bad Batch, but I have not caught up on the second season yet. Hold on. We got Kiki. What you got? I still don't know what's going on with the Star Wars stuff. Kiki, no! Oh, Kiki, what's happening? No, listen, Kiki, I'm telling you, I would totally... You might make me have to make a video about how to start Star Wars, because the movies ain't it. The movies are not going to be, I think, enough to really capture audiences. I know there's a certain order you can watch certain things, but to be honest, I really think that it's the animated series. The animated series have the most character exploration. They're the most clear in terms of world building. I mean, even the politics, even all the stuff that you would think is boring actually makes more sense. You know, Kiki, you might have set it off. You might have made me. I might have to do this video just for you, because I can't have you out here in these streets like this. You cannot be in these streaming streets and not understand what's going on with Star Wars. So, gosh, I got to add something else to the plate. I don't know when I'm going to get it done, but I'm going to have to do something. Thank you. Derek, what's going on? No one knows that E-Man is the Sith Lord. What? Called Darth Emmanuelus, but me. But who else walk among the stars but him? That's funny. That is funny. No, I can't. Man, look, it's too stressful. It's too stressful being on the dark side. You know, your eyes get all red. You know, you lose color in your skin. You know, like, look, this black ain't trying to crack. You know what I'm saying? I'm moisturized. I use cocoa butter and all this other stuff. You know, I can't be out there in them dark side streets, man. It's not for me. It's not for me, man. And your teeth getting all nasty and yellow and crusty. Ugh. All that for what? Unlimited power. No, I'm good. I don't need that. Thank you, man. Geek, what you got? Bo-Katan be like, look at me. Look at me. I'm the Mando now. This is her show right now. I mean, let's be honest. This is Bo-Katan's show right now, if we're being straight up. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. I'm not mad about it. Actually, I'll talk about it a little bit later in the review, but like, I do think that it's a bit of a swerve to have 2 seasons all about Din and Grogu, and then all of a sudden you add this third player and you put the main character kind of like on the back burner. Din said like 4 words today. I think that's all he said in this episode. I don't think this man said nothing more. I mean, he had his little speech, but like after that, that was it. Like Din had like maybe 4 minutes of like scene time, and that was it. So it is Bo-Katan's show right now. I mean, I never would have thought that my man Din would have gotten Boba Fetted in his own show. My man does the Boba Fetting. I didn't think he would get Boba Fetted, and it's messed up that that's happened. But Bo-Katan is here now. Let's see, Christopher, what you got? E-Man, I'm not much on theories, but I got a gut feeling that the armor is Rook Cass from Rebels getting redemption after serving Maul. I think that is very possible. I don't have enough. I mean, the voice, I think, was it the same voice actress? I think it's the same voice actress. So I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case, but it could be. And if you don't know what my man Christopher is saying, if you don't understand what he's talking about, this is why you got to go watch Rebels and Clone Wars, because it's all this backstory. Okay, it's a whole lot more stuff. So yes, you absolutely have to go watch it if you have not already. But thank you so much, Christopher. I think you are on point. And I don't think that that's far-fetched at all. Okay, so let's actually get into the episode. And kind of go through it. Let's get to the beginning. Okay, so boom. We kick it off with Grief Karga. He's playing his advanced level of SimCity or whatever until the pirates start to come in and they're causing a ruckus. Now, if you recall in the last episode, Grief and Mando, they had basically a little shootout with some of the pirates. The pirates don't really care who shot first, so they came back for revenge. They even had their little captain come in, Zoom call Grief and be like, look, we got to talk. I'm taking your planet, whether you like it or not, and that's just how things are going to go. So Grief puts out a distress call to the New Republic, and we go to the bar. By the way, the right-hand side is Dave Filoni right there with his infamous hat. I think the woman is Deborah Chow, and oh God, what is the black director's name? It's killing me, but basically they just did a little cameo right there, so that they thought they was slick, but that was kind of cool. I'm gonna be so mad I forgot Buddy's name. But they did receive Grief's call, and look who it was, none other than Carson Teva, aka Appa from Kim's Convenience. I love his character. By the way, let me just say this. If you have not watched Kim's Convenience, currently I think it's still on Netflix. That show is so funny. It is so delightful. This is where I discovered Simu Liu, aka Shang-Chi. It is just such a wonderful treat of a show. I'm not saying it's super deep. I'm not saying it's the best thing ever. I'm just saying if you're looking for one of them shows that, like, let's say you eating your lunch, you eating a little dinner, and you need something in the background just to watch to pass some time, you go put on Kim's Convenience. And my man Appa, you know, aka the dad, he is so hilarious in here. Love him to death. So I was so happy to see him one more time in this. But he gets this call, and of course, boom, we get our cameo. Guess who's Bazak? That's right, it's Zeb. And if you don't know who Zeb is, that's because you don't watch Rebels. And you need to go watch Rebels. And that's all there really is to it. The fact that he's alive is all I need to see. That's all I care about. My gosh, I remember, y'all remember that episode where he was stuck in that cave? And Zeb is great. I like Zeb. There's not much to this, I would say, at least not that I know of. Outside of the fact that he exists, he's around, and clearly this is obviously taking place during the same time frame. All of this, I'm sure, is going to collide somewhere later on. But shout out to Zeb. So glad that he was actually able to show up. And to be honest with you, I really liked the costume, CGI, whatever it is that they did with him. I was like, yo, I believe it. Like all them other people, you know, in the outfits and costumes, I was like, okay, y'all look a little whack, but I'm gonna go with it. Y'all looking a little like Muppets and stuff, but they did Zeb perfect. Like I was like, yo, shout out to the makeup crew. Shout out to if I don't even know if it's CGI involved. This looked great. So I was very excited to see that. So let me take a quick break and grab these comments first before we go on. Shout out to Zeb again. Derek, what you got? With the exception of the Return of the Sith, the cartoons are better. Why couldn't the movies be like them? Because they had no plan. That's why. You know, the clearest plan that they had was Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith is definitely probably one of the better movies. And I know it's a little unfair to compare the shows versus the movies because honestly, the show has more time to develop, breathe, and you grow a deeper appreciation and attachment to a show than just a movie that's one and done. So, but yeah, no, the biggest problem is the fact that the movies, outside of like the early prequel, or I'm sorry, the early trilogy, Star Wars has not been able to recapture that magic. They have not been able to live up to their own potential and hype. Despite the fact that these movies have made billions of dollars, they are disappointments. The new trilogy with Rey and all of that stuff, it's whack. And it was whack because they did pretty much what DC did, in my opinion, which was not have a plan, not stick to the plan, and try to appease fans rather than the story. So when you sit here and you cut characters short, when you sit here and fake out people and make people think John Boyega was a Jedi, but nah, he was just somebody to run after Rey and yell her name all day, it's not a good product. You stop serving the characters, you stop serving the story, and you tried to pivot and it didn't work. You tripped on yourself right there and played yourself. But that's why. But thank you, Derek. Appreciate you. Didier, what's going on? Do look like Pizza the Hut and Mossman had a child. Yeah, he did. Rick Famuyiwa. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. But yes, Didier, that is absolutely, I love it. That was definitely him. Spot on comparison right there. Okay, where did we leave off? Okay, so we got Zeb. Woo! Yay, Zeb. All right, so now Carson heads over to basically the HQ of the new Republic or whatever. And shout out, by the way, to Tim Meadows making his appearance here in Star Wars. Loves it. I love it. And then he listens to the message from Grief, and he's just like, yeah, about that. Yeah, they not even under our coverage plan like that. So yeah, that's messed up. It ain't really gonna happen. So there's that. But then, just when nobody really expected it, and now starting at left guard with the biscuits and no drink, Kane comes out of nowhere, just poking her little face and nose in nobody's business and all this business. And she just gonna insinuate real sly like that maybe the Navarro people should just suffer and realize the benefits of officially siding with the New Republic. Because right now, Navarro ain't really official when it comes to the New Republic. They're just kind of on the side a little bit, And look at this. Look at it. Carson kind of giving her the side eye, like, oh, which? Excuse me? Who? First of all, who invited you to my meeting? Then he looked and was like, oh, okay, she part of that amnesty program or whatever. And of course, look at her. Just the look of a hater. She just looked like a hater. And Carson was like, look, man, y'all gonna have to stop playing around. Okay, because all these things that are happening, they're not by coincidence. And by the time y'all figure this out, it's gonna be too late. And all chaos is going to happen. And he's like, all right, cool, I'm finna bounce. But then you can't leave without a good old-fashioned hater stare, because that's what Kane is really good at doing, is giving you that solid hater glare. Now, we go back to Navarro, and my man Grief is leading his people in the wilderness, like his middle name was Moses, and he is letting them know, like, look, I got help. Help is coming. Don't y'all worry. Just stay over here. We'll be all right. Carson, on the other hand, he heads over to the hideout of the Mandalorians because he was able to find their local snitch, who was R5. Well, now R5 didn't officially snitch, but he did kind of have that tracker on him or whatever. So he was able to find his location that way. But I did love the fact that the Mandalorians were on guard the moment this man landed. And I just find it real funny how they could be on guard for this dude in this ship, but they can't be on guard when the crocodile want to eat everybody or when them big old dinosaur bat things want to take their kids. Y'all got some real selective coolness. Okay, how y'all gonna be cool hiding out over here? Y'all didn't see nobody. Y'all didn't have nobody posted all this time, but y'all out here sniping. These Mandalorians starting to get on my nerves because, like, I don't understand the inconsistency. Okay, I really don't. I don't. Hold on. Let me make sure I didn't miss nobody. Okay. Let's see. So where do we leave off? We had the snitch. Yep. Okay, we got the snitch. All right, cool. So basically, Carson was like, look, yo man Grief, he's in trouble. And you need to go help. You got to do something. So he's telling Mando about this. He gave Mando the message. And then he went and said, like, yo, I promise not to tell y'all, I ain't gonna give up I'm not gonna give up your location to anybody. I know y'all gonna move anyway, but like, I ain't gonna snitch. And you know what? I really respect Carson because right now he is becoming that, I think, lovable character who he helped Mando out a couple times, and now he's coming through. Like, I just like the fact that my man is doing nothing but positive energy. Like, every time he shows up, he's doing something positive, and I love it because he's a contributor, and I'm here for it. Let's see. So he does that. So now Mando got to talk to the people. He's talking to the other Mandalorians, and he's basically pleading with them to side with him to help out the people of Navarro. And he also mentioned that, like, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got a nice little piece of real estate if we can go through and help these people out. I got a nice little side deal with Grief. And, he got this little piece of land, and it could be all for us. So then the armor is like, well, who else got to talk? Who else want to say something? And Vizsla shows up, and he's like giving a big old speech, and he's like, look, I remember the time we had to go fight Grief Karga in season 1. All of that just to protect that little green baby over there, the little Grogu, And he was like, look, but the best reason as to why we should go do this is because we Mandalorians, and that's how we get down. And Mando risked his life to go save his son, from the little bat dragon that the other Mandalorians don't feel like scoping out, even though it's happened multiple times and they've lost multiple children. But Mando helped them, so that's great. So, as you see, right after that, all the Mandalorians are on deck. They are on board with the plan now. And of course, look who it is one more time that is taking the lead. That's right. It is none other than Bo-Katan. She is up there. She is taking the lead. She is strategizing. She is getting the whole crew together. And look who's watching. It's the armor. The whole time, the armor is watching her ascent, watching her moves, and making sure that she is taking notes, because clearly Bo-Katan is on a path right now, and it is fantastic, right? So as they move on, you still see Bo going in. She's doing her plotting. She's doing her scheming and everything. And we go to Navarro. Navarro is jacked up. Okay. The city is in shambles right now. And you see them, they out there drinking that green drink, but then pew pew pew, there goes Mando. Mando strikes the ship, the pirate ship, and he basically becomes a decoy to lure the smaller pirate ships away. All the while, you have Bo-Katan, who is out there, and she's dropping the other Mandalorians down so that they can also go and attack on the ground level, and basically hit them all from different sides. So now we start to see that the pirates are starting to catch on. They see that, like, obviously Mando is a decoy, so they go ahead and they leave so that they can go fight on the big ship. But again, going back to the ground level, listen, let me just tell you something. When my man Vizsla shot down, when he came down and came out with that big old Gatling gun, this gave me Terminator 2 vibes, and I loved every second of it. I loved this moment right here. By the way, this is whatchamacallit, the other director, Favreau. This is Favreau. Like, he voiced a lot of the other characters from Rebels, which again, you should be watching. But I believe this is actually him in the actual costume as well. And of course, once he pulls out his big guns, well, the pirates got to pull out their big guns. and they were sitting all high thinking that they was all good, but they forgot that it was hammer time. That's right, the armor came in and she was not playing. She said, mink, 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 mink. Who's that? What's your name? Mink. Everybody going down just like this little Oompa Loompa Gooba, whatever, as well. And that right there turned the tide. We got to see the Mandalorians basically taking over and driving those pirates out of the city. The pirates try to run away, but nope, that ain't true. Nope, it ain't happening. We got Grief and the rest of the people of Navarro holding them off, and that was it. My man right here was like, okay, I see the situation is hot. Let me get out of here. And he abandoned all the other pirates. I'm pretty sure we'll see him again because of that. And then, of course, the pirates are being defeated. You see the Pirate King Swamp Thing or whatever. He's like, yo, I'm finna go down with the ship. So we gonna take everybody with us. Bo-Katan and Mando was like, nah, you just gonna go down by yourself. And that was that for that pirate. Then, of course, now Grief Karga comes out and he's like, look, y'all did the thing. Shout out to the Mandalorians. We got to give y'all some good old prime real estate on the west side. Y'all can stay over there. I know y'all don't have a planet, but at least y'all got a crib now, and y'all can call this place home. So Mando's feeling good. Everybody's feeling good. And during this time, the armor called Bo-Katan to come down so they can have a little powwow. The armor is basically telling Bo-Katan, like, look, you know, the Mandalorians got to come together. We got to stop playing around, and all Mandalorians from all different sides, whatever it is, they got to come together. You done synced it, okay? You synced the mythosaur. You've walked both paths, and therefore you should be the one to reunite all Mandalorians. And now she also asked her to take off her helmet. And this, of course, is a huge deal. I mean, we see it right here. She's walking through. Now, keep in mind, Bo already had her helmet off because, again, this is why y'all gotta watch Rebels, okay? The Mandalorians already had basically a religious split, okay? They've been divided, and some people started to care more about tradition, and other people did not care, and they was like, look, we finna do a new thing, and that's why Bo originally had her helmet off. But keep in mind, she's been baptized, okay? She's purified herself in the lake of Minnetonka, okay? So she's been fine, but she's walked both paths. She's known what the new Mandalorians do, and now she's been reacquainted with the old ways of the Mandalorians. So now, this is why the armor, who's basically like their chief priestess in a sense, she's like, look, this has got to be the new way, right? This has got to be the new way to handle things, which is you gonna be the one that's gonna bring us together and do what needs to be done so that we can retake Mandalore and actually go back to the way things were, if not better than before. Then, as we end off, we got Carson, who is cruising through the galaxy as he runs up on the same ship that was transporting Moff Gideon. Now, obviously, there's nobody there except for the bodies of the guard. But when he does a closer look, he can actually see a fragment of Beskar armor. And what does that mean? That means a Mandalorian or Mandalorians may have helped Moff Gideon escape. And that brings up the question that I think we all need to answer. Does Moff Gideon have a bunch of Mandalorians that maybe still be loyal to him? Because don't forget, he had the dark saber. And whoever has the dark saber leads Mandalore. And again, if you watch Rebels, you would see that once the dark sabers changed hands, it caused even more divide among the Mandalorians. When Darth Maul, spoiler alert, had it, he caused damage with that. So in the past, there have been Mandalorians who have shown allegiance to the Empire. There have been Mandalorians that show allegiance to the dark saber. There are Mandalorians that show allegiance to the Creed, the old darker ways, right? Or the older traditional ways. So All of these things are at play. But my question is this. I'm also wondering this. Now, I think it's more likely that Moff Gideon probably just has some extra Mandalorians around that are still loyal to him, right? Maybe that's the case. But I want to throw a wild theory, and I don't know if anybody else has said this. So if they have, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't looked at nothing, so I don't know. But I'm wondering if some way, somehow, do y'all think that Bo-Katan could be involved with Moff Gideon? She does have her own little crew, Bo-Katan. And the reason why I'm just a little suspicious, and I don't think it's likely, but I'm also just wondering if Bo-Katan lost the dark saber to Moff Gideon, but we never saw how. We never saw why. Like he just got it. So all I'm saying is there's a gap of history and story there. And it was really interesting that like she still has beef, right? She still has beef with Moff Gideon because again, he took the dark saber from her. So I'm wondering, like, you think she might have done something to maybe have him free so she could beat him and regain Mandalore? No? Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Bo's former crew is muscle for hire. Okay. Okay. She does hate him. She hates him a lot. Okay. Gideon and Thrawn? That's scary. That is scary. That would be scary if Thrawn, and for those of y'all that don't know who Thrawn is, this is why you got to watch Rebels. But yeah, no, you're right. Her crew did leave her. What you got, Didier? Do you think Gina Carano's character got killed in the transport? You know what? I would say that it would be very, very convenient since they didn't, recast her character and they didn't. People say they fired her. They just didn't re-sign her. So I don't know, semantics. But I mean, if they killed her character, oh well. Like she's not in the show. Her character wasn't that vital anyway. Well, I mean, I'm not missing her at all. I like Gina, just because I always thought that she would have been a dope second coming of Xena, the warrior princess. And I remember before Gal Gadot got the role, I was like, yo, Gina could be Wonder Woman. That's all. That's it. That's the extent of my admiration for her like that. But outside of that, I really don't care if she's not gonna be here. But if they killed her off, oh well. Like she gone. I don't think anybody gonna lose sleep. But thank you, Didier. Brian, what is going on? Thank you so much. Hope all is well with you as well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Derek, what you got? Bo-Katan looked like she was about to cry. This is the way. Mando has set up several spinoffs. I hope they go through with it. Yeah, I mean, Mando is clearly setting a lot of different things into motion. A lot of it also has to do with the fact that, the time periods that are happening, like this is happening at the same time as Rebels, or a little bit after Rebels. It's happening at the same time as Ahsoka. And it could be, I forget if there was a third show. Boba Fett, but I don't know if that counts because Boba Fett and Mando are probably the same show anyway. But anyway, so yes, there are a lot of things. I don't know if we're gonna get like a Bo-Katan show though. Like I think they're gonna use this show, set her up, and then move on. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But they're clearly, the fact that they even have season 4 already penned out and ready to go, like that sounds like they are definitely setting a lot of different things up. But anyway, that's all we got for the episode. Now is the time where I need to know, where do y'all rank this episode 5 of The Mandalorian on a scale from 1 to 10? Y'all let me know. How are you reviewing this? How are you rating this episode? All right, while y'all do that, let me think about it. I like the action. I did like the action. I like the little gunfights and everything. So I thought that was cool. The politics are. I think the politics could have been a little tighter. I think they could have made it a little tighter. You're still pushing a little bit with Bo-Katan, and she's getting her development. I think it's a little disappointing that Din is not really getting anything. Like, Din is just there, like. And my only issue with that is it'd be different if you were to tell us like every episode or every season was about a different Mandalorian. That'd be different. But like, you already gave me 2, then you really gave me 2.5 with Boba Fett. So every time we don't get more development with Din, I do feel a little shortchanged. However, still had a good time with this. Still enjoyed the action. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. I liked it. Like it did put me to sleep, so I enjoyed this. I'm gonna go with 8.5. But let's see where y'all are at with it. Let's see. We got 8.5, 9, 8, 7.5, 8.5, 7.5, 8, 10, 8, 7.5, 8, 9, 8, 8, 7. Miss Harper. Miss Harper. What, did you watch the episode already? Like, what the 8.9, 8, 8.5, 8.5 for the action. I'm with you on that. 7.5, 7.5, 8. Okay. 8, 9. Love the action. Action is good. Listen, let me tell you something. Because a lot of people try to, and I don't like this level of Star Wars arrogance. I don't like the idea that, you can't appreciate Star Wars just because things are shoot 'em up, bang, bang. I'm sorry. Y'all gave me 40 years of lightsabers and pew, pew, pew lasers and star fighting and all this stuff. This is what I'm here for. Okay. Y'all can do all the little politics and the Andor stuff later. That's fine. But I'm saying, like, the action is what we came for, especially with The Mandalorian. This whole thing was set up as a Western. It was a Western in space, a shoot 'em up, this, that, whatever. That's what this has been. We've been killing beasts. We've been fighting wars. We've been joining rebellions. That's what this is all about. So the action, it needs to be there. Okay. So I'm with you on that. 7.5. What else? 1.4. Bo, what are you doing? Why? 8, 8, 8, 9. Okay. Famous Jay, thank you so much. Y'all need to be checking out the Bad Batch too. You're right. I haven't finished season 2. So when I finish it, y'all will know because I'll probably talk about it a lot. But yeah, that would be it. And a 9. All right. That is all we got for tonight. Y'all, first of all, let me thank y'all for making out tonight. I always appreciate you. Whoo, we got a lot to talk about tomorrow. Yikes. We got to talk about Jonathan Majors, y'all. We got to talk about it. So make sure if you have not subscribed, if you don't know, Friday, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 Eastern, we have to talk about a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that has happened. So much. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for the live chat. Join in the conversation. It's a lot of mess going on. We got new developments as well. But outside of that, am I gonna be here next Wednesday? I think I'm gonna be here next Wednesday, but I don't know if I'll be here next weekend. So I don't know. We'll play by ear. By the way, if anybody is going to C2E2, I will also be there as well. So holla at your boy if you see me. And if you do see me, let me know who you are, because I'll be running into y'all. Y'all be like, hey, E-Man. I'm like, hey, you like I don't know. So let me know. Hit me up. Let me know if you're gonna be at C2E2. And if we cross paths, just let me know. At least who you're from, where you're from. Hey, it's me, Kiki West from YouTube, or CJ Hemp, from what just let me know. Let me know. Anyway, that's all I got. I got a hot date with the wife tonight. So I will see y'all later. Y'all know the routine. Wash your hands, wash your butts, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.